And we are live. Tonight we are brought to you by Motion Pro. Emotocons. Man, I was doing really good until we started laughing.
I didn't even start it.
And who else? That's it. Emotocons. Motion Pro. 2 wheels to freedom. And,
2 wheels to freedom gear.
There you go. I don't even have one of those. I need to get one of those.
The only one in existence.
I'm pretty sure. So I was trying to get somebody, and so right now we have Joe Stevens on the internet in Australia. See, because it works upside down, so he's not. I can't explain to him how to fix like even
this.
Yeah.
Not this.
So he's trying to figure that out. We're going to talk to him about the whole Herlings deal, what he thinks. And so I just think that we're not cool enough yet for people to care, to be on. Only some people. Only people that I know, like on a personal enough level, care to be on the show.
That have kind hearts.
Because they don't know the rest of the world doesn't know how sweet this show is yet.
They don't know that people are going to go back 5 years from now and be like, you got to listen to the first bunch was the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was lawless.
Hey, try again. I'm logged in now. He should be added to this call.
I'm posting that picture of that 3-wheeler.
Right now? Let's see
Yeah,
what he gets by the time we're done here.
I'm just putting like this, and then I'm hashtagging it. Really good hashtags.
Really good. All right, let me...
You'll see. It's going to be a minute.
I'm sure...
Hey, last time we had talking to us on the fucking YouTube chat.
I know, and none of us even looked.
Shit. I kind of was half talking, but I didn't want to... I couldn't, get in. I don't know, it wasn't working.
What the fuck? All right, I'm going to have to call you... Did you call me?
Working?
Oh, there he goes. All of a sudden, he's just clipping in.
Yeah, I just called you.
What's up?
What's happening?
Well, you were already in our group conversation, so... Oh, but Nick called, so I don't have the... So my whole picture is Nick, and then it just says JS next to my little picture at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Last time.
Because I need to call.
That's what you did this last call.
I thought you called me.
The first time, and then you hung up.
Be at the bottom.
Instant All right, so what are we doing here?
Show profile.
Just like last time, we don't have a clue.
No, it was my fault because Skype had logged me out, and then CleanSlide were doing it now, and I couldn't log in.
He was logged in all day long, and then all of a sudden, just as I'm like, hey, it dropped him.
I haven't used Skype since the last time we did this.
It's irritating me that we just got your voice. Can you see him?
No.
Okay. He can't see you either.
Do you want to call me back or something?
Look at the bottom of your page. Is your camera turned off?
Yeah.
I'm becoming a professional at Skype.
Yeah.
There we go. You're still a little teeny window though. Uh-oh. You're training already.
Uh-oh. Get your tea out.
Are you having your tea and crumpets, Joe?
What is going on?
You have to drink when the train goes by.
That's the game, is it?
That's the game. All right, let me try calling you guys right back so I see if I can get his camera up.
All right, sweet.
Right.
Oh, I thought he could see us.
Yeah, but he's like real small on here. All right, let's just Call. Join call. It says they're still on there. They didn't hang up. There we go. Now we're gonna call. And let's see how this works. Yo. Oh, we got. Oh, there we go. Much better. Yo,
I'm here.
I'm gonna call. I'm gonna contact Skype, and I'm gonna get them to pay me as like a troubleshooter over the phone, so people can just call me and they'll be like, "Yo, I'm on Skype, but I can't fucking see anybody," and I'll be like, "Dude, I've dealt with this like 800 times. Just look at the bottom of your screen. There's a little camera. All right, is there a line through the fucking camera? Yes. Okay. Touch the fucking camera and get the line out of it. All right. Sorry."
Am I big now or no?
So, yeah, but turn your phone sideways. There you go.
There we go.
We're good.
All right.
So what's going on with your guys' season? Is it over or something?
Yeah, we finished 2 weeks ago, so we had the final 2 rounds. And yeah, we got back from Queensland. We did 2 weeks in a row up there for 9 and 10, final 2 rounds.
Cool. How far is Queensland?
It was nice. It was hot because where I am is cold right now.
But how far is it?
How far? Like a 22, 24-hour drive.
Wow.
It's like America. But when you guys drive 22 hours, you drive straight through the middle of fucking nowhere, don't you?
Nah, so it depends where you're from. Like where I am, we follow the coast all the way up the east coast. But yeah, if you're from like South Australia or the left side,
you have to cross.
Yeah.
It's just what, like desert or something, or what?
Well, you know, like everyone knows, you know, Ayers Rock, like that big rock in the middle of the desert. That's like not Northern Territory's Alice Springs, like in the middle of the country where there's just nothing. It's just desert.
Nice. Do you guys have dingoes?
Do we have what now?
Dingoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't get them down here, but you do have them.
Right, but that's so. My dog is part dingo, and
no, your dog's a blue heeler, so it's a cattle dog.
Yeah, but they're part dingo.
Yeah, I think they got dingo in them.
Well, so maybe it's not so much the dingo, but the whole heeler. Like, she hates the fucking heat. I'm like, how are you from Australia? What the fuck is going on here?
That doesn't make any sense, man. But there's a lot of blue heelers, but, you know, like I said, where I am, it's I'm just getting the chair out. Hold up. I'm sitting in my workshop right now.
So you said it's cold by you. How cold is cold?
Because it's winter.
And don't give us that bullshit Celsius.
How cold?
Today is like maybe, just looking outside, I don't know, like maybe 12 degrees Celsius. So what's that in Fahrenheit?
That's cold-ish?
No, it's not. It's probably like 50.
Yeah, 50.
Let's get our converter. Because 0 in Celsius is freezing.
I know what 0 is.
Do you want me to explain this? Are you looking at it?
Right?
Huh?
0 to 100. 100's boiling, right?
100 Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Or Celsius. 100 Celsius is, bad news.
14 degrees Celsius. Celsius, there we go. 57.2 degrees, dude. That ain't fucking cold.
That's what it was this morning.
He's like, it's so cold out here.
I thought it was like 40 something. I was going to give you that.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like, the wind chill that we get is a lot colder than the air temperature.
Maybe.
And plus, it's Australia. Like, summer is, 110 for 3 months, and, so 50 Fahrenheit's cold.
So you're like a Floridian.
No, because we don't get the humidity down here. It's more like Cali or Vegas with the dry heat.
You're getting technical. I'm just saying Florida people, 60 degrees, motherfuckers that got jackets on.
Yeah.
Shut down school.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're we're fitting to go. That's why I can't be too long today because we're going on holiday tomorrow. Me and my missus are going on holiday, so going to Thailand, which is going to be hot as all fuck.
Sweet.
Thailand, that'd be fucking cool.
Are you guys gonna buy any little boys or anything? Like you guys can go in on him.
No. Strangely enough, that wasn't at the top of our.
What a wasted trip.
Yeah, what the fuck are you going for?
No, we're staying away from the whole chicks with Dick Street and
No, I'm just talking straight up little boy. Just not even pretending.
I still don't know why this is getting weird.
How, like Thailand, flight wise, how far is that?
9 hours.
That's not too bad. I mean, that's a good flight, but
yeah, it's pretty standard. Everywhere's a long way from where we are, so you kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
Like it takes me 20-something, 30-odd hours to get to the East Coast from here.
Holy shit.
Of America.
That's a haul.
Man.
So what happened? It was Metzger was meant to be on the show, and now you got me.
Well, we weren't gonna put that out there like that, but yeah, I was trying to get. I was trying to get him on, and I just didn't end up talking to him today. So,
sorry about.
Yeah, no worries. I was actually watching old videos just now because I was telling my girlfriend about it, and then I was like, yo, he's a fucking madman. I just started showing like FMX runs and stuff, or he'd just like be like 4 jumps after his run ended and fucking still riding and end up crashing then, and you're like, it's unnecessary. Like he could have shut her down, but that wasn't him.
No, he was. I remember he came to England right when I was doing a Supercross, and I was like 14. I was doing the junior class, and he did. It was like 02 when he first started doing the flip.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was pretty cool. Like they just had this super kicker set up in the middle of the stadium, and we were all just like, "What?" You know, we'd never even seen a freestyle round before, let alone a super kicker. And it's like, there's no way you could ride up that. That's and then he just comes out and flips it, and yeah, everyone just lost it. Like I was outside waiting to go to the start because they did it on like the intermission, and he came out and he's just, Metzing out. He's like, yeah, boys, go get it. Whoa, just freaking out. But he would be a good show. So when you get him, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. You never know. I talked to Mad Mike a little bit too. Trying to get Mad Mike on. So
I just listened to the Pulp MX. They had a Mad Mike show with him on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, did you listen to Pulp?
What is Pulp MX?
Yeah, I don't really listen to anything. I know they had Denny Stevenson and Chicken on friggin' last night. Is it
I
a
was just
podcast?
listening to that before you called.
Is it a podcast? I should probably do some research. I like to not. It's the same thing with comedy. I like to not watch anything, so that way I'm as original as possible. Because I don't even pay attention to anything.
You've never watched the Pulp MX show?
No.
Once. No, it's like the biggest podcast show in moto.
I've never heard it. Clint just called me. He's like, I got this idea. We're going to talk about motocross, and we're going to post it to the internet. No one's done it.
Dude, I thought I invented the internet.
That was my uncle.
Do you listen to the Joe Rogan Experience?
I do. That's like the only podcast I listen to.
Yeah, because I don't know why. I think because you kind of look like him as well, but you remind me heaps of him. It's funny.
That's good. I guess there are worse people.
Yeah. I think it's the whole, it's just the way you get kind of trippy with stuff, especially when you smoke weed.
I don't do that.
Which is in California, right? Disclaimer.
That's right. Unless I'm in California or Washington.
Of course.
So I did eat some muffins earlier. Very delicious.
Anyway.
Whole brain.
Duty.
Huh?
But yeah, you should watch the Bob Show. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll have to. Oh, and the other podcast that I was listening to was Don't Panic Radio, and then Bell hasn't made any more content for me to listen to.
Oh, was that the Kenny Bell show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got to listen to that. Is it good?
Yeah, it was good. He only did like a couple, so I think he didn't like find his groove yet. But it was good. You know, I like some of them were short. I talked to him a little bit, you know, and I was like, the one was a little bit longer. Like, I like the longer discussions like we do just because you talk about other things than just riding. Because that's cool and you want to hear about that, but eventually you want to get to, like, hear people talk about some, you know, off-topic stuff like Rogan kind of does. Like, that's really my inspiration is just... They do 3 hours, so they really, and they're actually all sitting in the same room drinking and smoking or whatever. So by the end, they're talking about who the hell knows what.
Yeah, they get pretty out there with some theories and historical stuff. It's cool.
So I thought you would be a very good guest this week because of the Herlings coming over and just stomping a hole in everybody. Iron Man. He said he liked the tracks. He loved the tracks, like the way that they're prepped, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, honestly, look at how fast he was going around that track compared to how the MXGP tracks look. That was a really smooth track, I thought. It was kind of easy for him as far as how it wasn't that rough.
You know, I think that I was super excited to see Tomac decide to try to hang, and I'm really bummed that he fell because that would also have been really cool style to win the championship by at least staying on his ass the whole moto, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the first moto. I only caught the second one where Herlings passed everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally everybody.
Huh?
Literally everybody. I think he was that far back, but I think I don't know, it's tough to say. Like, Tomac has been in a very strange place on the second half of the season.
Yeah.
From what I've read and what he said, it seems like he just really wanted to win a championship before he just needed to get it off his back. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's been my theory because of the Supercross. He had a couple of years. He had that outdoor year. He started the first 3 races and was just crushing everybody. Then Supercross, he had the lead this year, and then actually in New Jersey here, just fell apart, rode around in like 8th or 9th or something. So, I mean, I think that maybe now that he's got that over with, he can be Eli again and drop the hammer.
I hope so, because he's not riding like himself. But that's been apparent. Everyone in the media has been talking about it like it's nothing new as far as, you know, what I've read and what I've listened to. Everyone said the same thing. It was the perfect scenario for Herlings to come over. Like, Baggett's injured.
Yeah.
And Tomac's got a championship to win. And even though he went after him, I'm sure in the back of his head he was like, this is probably not a good idea.
Yeah. And then just had a stupid jump into a corner and just like you could see he just like landed a teeny bit too far out to where, you know, all that loose dirt gets pushed, and he just ended up in like some kind of soft
I think the thing that I really enjoyed watching Herlings ride, if you break it down, like especially in that second moto, is all you hear all year in AMA is, like, you can't pass these guys, and you know, it's so one-lined and track prep and this and that, and then this dude's just taking outsides, riding around people like they're standing still, and he's saying in the interviews like, yeah, the track's great, it's so easy to pass, and there's lots of lines and opportunities, and it's like, to hear that from a rider kind of puts it in perspective that maybe, you know, that European influence.
Yeah, but
how rough the MXGP tracks are and stuff, you know?
Well, but remember the whole Baggett's interview when he started, got back into his... I mean, here's the thing. Baggett is a guy that has come from last to first. Tomac is a guy that's come from last to first. I mean, these guys have done it at... I'm not taking anything away from Herlings. I'm just saying they have done it before. So
it's been done. It's not like everyone's getting all excited, but it's not like it's the first time it happened. Yeah.
And a bunch of those other guys, even Marvin, he's had some bad starts and stuff and come way up through the pack. you know. So I think, yeah, like you said, everybody was concentrated on something else. And not saying they would have been, maybe he just had their number that day. You know what I mean? Like the track, whatever. Didn't matter what anybody did. He may have just crushed everybody.
And you know, it's easy to do it for one weekend. It's easy to do it for one weekend. As far, it's not easy to go win, but to just drop in and be like, I'm just going to do it for this one weekend, and he has no expectations. He hasn't been beaten by anybody.
Right.
It's mentally, it's so much easier than during a series. Everyone knows where they're supposed to be finishing and who they're supposed to be battling with.
Right.
He didn't have any of that. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to come smash it this weekend. Like, whatever. If I crash, I crash. Like, there's no pressure, you know. Even though, yeah, there probably was a lot of pressure. If he bombed out. It didn't matter, you know.
Right. Yeah.
It was so fast. It was like really fast.
Yeah.
He's on a roll right now too, right?
He's what? Sorry.
He was on a roll anyway. He had won like the last 3 MXGPs before he came over, didn't he?
Yeah, well, the thing is, Herlings is the scary thing is, man, is that Geyser was way faster than both of those guys, Herlings and Corelli, before he got hurt. I think he won 4 GPs in a row.
Is that what the deal is?
Yeah, and then Geyser got hurt, and I think he had shoulder surgery or something. He took a bunch of time off. So Herlings isn't. He's definitely one of the guys, but he's not the guy, you know.
Yeah. Are you watching MXGP a bunch?
Not a bunch, because honestly, like I said, I think the last time we hung out and did this, like I follow the Aussie series, and I follow AMA, and it's like I just don't have time to watch. You know, I look at the results and stuff, but if I was to watch our series, AMA, and MXGP, I'd be watching like 12 hours of motocross coverage a week. Like I just don't have time.
Yeah, I can't even make if I don't catch the races on the weekend, I'm pretty much fucked. Like I'm not coming home at night during the week and watching them or whatever by the time I get home. So I'm just like,
well, you've already seen it.
I'm kind of lucky. Like I fly home Sundays from the events, so I get in at like 2 in the morning or whatever on a Sunday night, Monday morning. So I normally wake up pretty hammered, tired on Monday, and I'll watch I just know if I read the race report, and if it's a good moto, I'll watch a moto of it. But that's about it, you know.
He's reading shit.
What's that?
You're reading stuff and doing your homework and. What do you think?
Pretty much.
What do you think about? So they have the MXGP in Florida this next weekend.
Yep.
Which there's still like tracks coming along. I'm like, it's fucking Tuesday. What are you talking about? You don't have a track finished yet?
But it was super last minute. Something happened with Gatorback and the lease and the permit stuff. So it was meant to be at Gatorback, which historically that would have been so cool.
Right.
Because that place is super, famous. They had all that stuff there back in the day. And then apparently there was a bunch of crazy stuff happened with the lease and the landholders, and the promoter had to move it like 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like, it came out all over the internet like, hey, GP ain't a Gatorback, looking for venues type thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it's from what I saw, it looks super sandy. I know that
America.
Yeah, I was gonna say Euros are good in sand, but here was my ultimate question: the heat.
The humidity is going to be the killer because we don't get that in Europe. And
so humid in Florida, August.
Oh, I know.
Yo, you're gonna be so hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle.
With it, or what?
They'll deal with it. I mean, they race in Thailand and Qatar. Like they're used to it. But I mean, I don't know. These guys are professional athletes. I feel like they're fit enough to, to be able to deal with it somewhat. It's just the endurance side of it. Maybe one moto, but I mean, shit. Tomac's from Colorado. There's no humidity up there. How's he going to translate?
Well, I think that he's working the other end of the spectrum and oxygen deprivation. So, I mean, I think that you have two. Either you can train for the heat or you can train yourself like in a lesser oxygen situation and then compete with all this extra oxygen.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd say, like, you know, like Caroli. I mean, Caroli's going to be in championship mode. He ain't going to be going out there to win. I can pretty much say that'll be the case. So then you have the likes of Herlings. Tomac's got the championship now, so he's going to be going fast again. Geyser won the last GP. He's going to be going fast. So I don't think, what other Americans doing 450s? Marv? Is Marv doing it?
I don't know. I think Webb is going to do it. I don't know. Maybe we should look that up.
Nope, he's doing it, isn't he?
Who?
Webb's doing it, but the way he's been going this year.
Right, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't count on Webb to win it or anything.
No, like he'd really have to pull something out of his bag to be up front.
I feel like that'd be an advantage for the MotoGP guys, because they're used to traveling, not only like, it's not like traveling in the US or even around Europe, you're traveling worldwide. So like your whole team is used to traveling to completely different setups, and it just wouldn't that be an advantage? When you're
another day, you know, but the Americans also have the advantage of it's their home, you know, them going to Florida. I mean, most of those guys are based in Florida nowadays, so.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing, though, is that, I forgot what I was gonna say. What were you guys just talking about? Because I was trying to find who was all racing it on here. Barsha's racing it. Where'd he go? Barsha's racing. Tomac, Cooper Webb.
Shit, what's going
on? I think that's it.
He's just petting the camera.
Oh, okay, no. You disappeared, Nick. I'm trying to get you back.
Who, me or Glenn?
You don't need to see Nick.
No, you.
Don't worry about me.
That's just a thumbnail of you pounding a beer.
Oh, here's what I was going to say. How about the fact that there's so much less riding in the American races? So, like, for Herlings to come over, if the schedule's, like, so much easier, you know, you don't have a qualifying race the day before. They practice more or something.
Yeah, but the trade-off would be, you know, like in the GPs, you have free practice. You have 2 free practice sessions and a qualifying race. You do like 2 hours riding on the Saturday. Then you have a free practice and 2 40-minute motos on the Sunday. But that's where the GP guys struggle, because you go to America, it's the same we have over here in Australia. You go out on the track for 10 minutes and then it's qualifying. And then you have 2 motos. So they don't really get a chance to learn the track. So I think Herlings did press day, which was must have been a benefit for him to learn that track. But if there's no press day, the Euro guys would definitely struggle getting, you know, never been to a track before. But that's the other thing.
Nobody's been to this track.
Yeah, well, no one's ridden it, so at least the American's going to have a chance to learn it. It's like a trade-off.
But there you go. Like, so being in the heat, you know, or riding for that much longer, I mean, I don't think it favors the Americans necessarily, because they're not used to that format and the extra riding. So, I don't know.
You'd like to think, though, that they'd be fit enough to be able to do that. I imagine they, like, come on, it's not like...
Yeah, they do motos all day during the week anyway, so it's not...
Yeah, I doubt they're going to be like, oh my God, we got to do 2 40-minute sessions today. We're going to be screwed tomorrow. Like, I hope that wouldn't be the case.
Right. How about in the 250s? Isn't Savachi riding?
I think AC, Savachi, Osborne, which that's the thing with the MXGP is the MX2 class is under 23 years old.
Oh, yeah?
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
You have, once you turn 23, you got to get an MX1, or you go to what they call EMX 250, which is the European 250 Championship. So they do it in America how it used to be in America. They do it in Europe how it used to be in the States, where, remember when you used to point out in 250s?
Right. Well, they still have that. That's why Davalos moved up.
Well, no, but he's gone back. He's gone back to pro circuit to ride 250s again.
Shut up.
Yeah, straight up. He didn't point out. He just rode a 450
outdoors. How stupid is that?
Because they changed the rule. So now you can defend your championship 2 years in a row. That's why Osborne is staying down again.
No way.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
And Davalos is going back down.
Yeah. So Hill was going to JGL Suzuki. Oh my God.
Hill is going to. Wait, I didn't hear that. Hill's going to JGR and Ryan North. I haven't paid attention to anything, obviously.
What?
All right, let's start again. I didn't hear a word of that.
Because of the train? It's still going by. I'll hear it.
Are you fucking with us? Clint?
What, can you not hear me either?
I can't hardly hear shit.
All I can hear is a freaking freight train.
Yeah, it's your train.
I'm trying to figure out where my speaker is.
It's good now.
Alright.
I can't hear Clint. I can hear Joe.
It's because of your train, bro. You're training out.
This is a disaster.
Shut that train off.
I can hear Clint now.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
Nobody can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good deal.
All right. What were we talking about?
Yeah, see?
How much I hate trains.
Yeah. We were talking about 250s, yeah. So Savacci's going to Pro Circuit. Davalos is going back to Pro Circuit to take Hill's spot. And Hill is supposed to be going to JGR to ride 250s
Right.
Suzuki's.
Right, because they just started that program with Kyle Cunningham this year.
Yeah. So, well, it was meant to be Matt Biseglia, and then he got hurt, and then Cunningham came in, and now Biseglia rode for RCH because Tickle got hurt.
Nice. We need to call Joe about all this stuff all the time.
Yeah. So, I don't watch the races, but I read a lot of shit.
You're our race correspondent now. Listen, I only know what Instagram tells me.
You can't always trust Instagram.
No, you have to.
What? I don't want to hear any of your negative talk, Joe.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you talk from the other side of the flat Earth of what's real and what's not.
Yeah, you guys are just on the dirt bottom. We're up here where we got grass and sunlight and stuff, and you guys are just down there on the dirt, rooty bottom.
The sun's just doing circles.
Oh, so this is some Joe Rogan stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, that GP. I'm going to be in Thailand, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch it. I don't think I will. I don't want to watch it, actually. I'm going to be turning my phone off and not doing anything dirt bike related.
Bro, I'm just going to moto out and just stare at the MXGP. I'm going to have to buy that race.
Is it on TV over there?
Hell no. This is fucking America. We don't play that commie shit.
Buy that shit. Everything's for sale.
You gotta smuggle it into the United States through the internet.
Oh my god.
Red Bull shut us off of the internet. Red Bull's like, America doesn't even exist because they're gonna steal our shit and make memes out of it while the event's still going on, and we can't have that. We're just gonna.
We'll find it.
We're gonna shut them down.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. Well, have fun smuggling in MXGP.
I've got a new goal now for the weekend.
What's that?
Smuggling in MXGP illegally. Even if they let me pay for it, I'll refuse to now. I'm like, no, where's Moto Pips? Where's the link?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah. How do we act this?
Did you guys watch Mayweather McGregor?
No.
Hell yeah. I paid for that though. Did you watch it?
I did. Well, we were coming back from a race, and one of my junior riders, he was in the truck with me. He found a link on Facebook, so we just watched it driving.
That's what we want. That illegal shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yo,
That's
ask that little kid where to get, because you know it's some young kid. It's even younger than Nick.
Yeah, the kid. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, how old is he? 16?
Oh, he's like 16.
Yeah, exactly. They know where to get. Tell them send the link over this way.
That's how you know you're getting old, man. Because I've crossed over that whole. Like I'm 30 next week, dude. But
poor you.
Poor me.
Yeah.
I know you were like 35 when we met, like 10 years ago. But
listen, don't Paul Smith me. Paul's like.
But I don't know, like the kids now, they do all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're wearing. Is this meant to be cool? And that's how you know you're old, because now I'm way out of touch with it all.
Yeah, I realized that, like, and to me, the new rap sucks. But I just realized it's not for me.
Yeah,
it wasn't made for me.
But that style of rap that you're into and you got me into, that doesn't exist anymore, man.
Well, there are some guys like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, but I don't really consider Kendrick's in that. He definitely has. He doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't mumble like all these new school retards,
right.
But at the same time, he's definitely not. You can't beat that 2000s rap. You just can't.
See,
Whether it was
says
Atlanta
us.
or New York, you can't beat it.
Says us, but some little kid wearing some shirt that you don't know what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? He's probably like, this is the best shit ever.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's how, again, a couple of years ago when I had the gym, right, and I was doing a kids session, I was training the younger kids that ride, and I put on, it was something like Dr. Dre. It was something, you know, that you should know.
Right.
And these kids were like, what's this stuff? And I'm like, it's Dr. Dre. Like, it's the Chronic album, 2001. And they're like, what is this? And I was like, hold up, when were you born? And
2001.
like, 2003, 2004. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm old.
Yo, Nirvana started coming up on the classic rock station, and I was like, no. What are you doing?
I'm not ready for that.
What are you doing? This is like Pink Floyd and fucking Aerosmith and shit. Old Aerosmith. I'm like, come on. No.
Hey, I just spotted something. I'm going to show you something real quick.
Show me.
How do I turn my camera? Okay, so.
Damn.
You want some America history right here?
Shit.
This is the jersey that John Dowd wore in '98 when he beat Carmichael outdoors. See those fox heads?
Yeah, those are wins, son.
Yeah, and then this is the jersey that Henry wore for the '98 Des Nations in England.
Damn, shit! How the fuck did you get that?
Well, what happened was when I was a kid, I was about, I don't know, like 10 or 11. My dad ran this track in England, and the Des Nations was in England. So my dad comes to my school, just walks into class, and he's like, hey, you got to go. We got to go to the doctors or something. Just drag me out of school. And I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, my bike's in the van. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll tell you when we get there. And we get to the track, and Dowd and Henry and the American team were there testing, getting ready for the Nations.
Damn.
Holy shit.
So that was on like a Thursday, and then obviously the race was on the weekend. So, yeah, it was pretty nuts.
That's a crazy story.
That's
so I'd be the
awesome.
equivalent of like some kid coming out of school now and going to the track, and Dungey and Tomac were just there testing, you know, like it was.
Who are those guys? I want to see Dowd and Henry. And who was the other guy, McGrath or something?
Those guys were cool, man.
Who was the other guy?
Cool. Carmichael, but he wasn't there.
He wouldn't have been cool to you anyway. He would have been like, get out of here, little kid. Can't have
he
you
was on the
see my
125.
corner
He was
speed.
the youngster.
Yeah. He would have been trying to battle with you. Who the fuck's this guy?
He'd be like, we don't give shit away at the goat farm, you motherfucker. you want to ride this track, you got to earn it. Train day. Not training day, train day. Special delivery.
It's all just military equipment.
Yeah, it's just
North Korea thing.
He's moving stuff to the border.
It's just all tanks and jets.
He's moving it to the Canadian border? Because Nick's all the way up in Illinois.
All the borders. We're locking it down.
Fuck those Canadians. The North Mexicans. We're building a wall to keep North Mexicans out too.
Certain things from lots of people. These people, they know many things. They told them things, but shutting it down.
Wow, dude, how do you live next to that? That would be crazy.
That's not his house. That's his office.
That's I'm at. My house is 2,000 feet from here.
Oh.
That's right. Last time it was at your house, and it was the kids karaoke and getting loud.
See how quiet this is right here?
Yeah.
It's just silent.
Until the
so what
train
time
comes
is it over
through.
there?
9:45.
Yeah, okay.
9:45 at night.
In the Arvo. In the Arvo.
In the Arvo, yeah, mate.
See?
It's the Arvo, right?
That's
it is.
like
No,
the afternoon.
Still morning here now.
Still morning. It's
when
not...
for Thailand?
Tomorrow will be. Yeah, tomorrow.
When my time?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm got Australia time.
I want to know what I'll be doing when you're leaving.
I don't know. I don't know what you get up to nowadays. What do you do during the day?
I work.
Yeah? What do you do?
On motorcycles.
You mechanic?
Yeah. Yep.
That's a scary prospect because I remember how little bike maintenance you did back in the day.
Only because I didn't like to. Because it didn't pay.
So you work at a dealership or something?
No, I work at somebody actually that I started freestyle with. Jeff Palazzi has a shop, and I go down there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Sometimes we get shit. I'm like, hey, tell this guy not to touch anything anymore. Just bring it directly here.
Quit fucking it up.
Yo, I put a front tire on a bike the other day. We were like just putting tires on it, and then we put the axle back through the front wheel, and there's like a half an inch of play around the axle in the between the bearing and the axle.
It's speed wobble. It makes you go faster.
He's like, my front end feels weird. The front tire feels weird. I'm like, yeah, no shit. This guy also, I think it was the same guy. Yeah, he called us before for a clutch. They didn't tell me what I was going to pick this bike up. They didn't tell me what the deal was. So I go to get the bike, and I go to push it out, and it's like super hard to fucking push. But I push it all the way out into the road, and then I go to push it onto the trailer, and the handlebars roll forward. So I'm like, I'll just see if it'll start if I can ride it up into the truck. So I start up and I put it in the gear and I let the clutch. I figure out that it was in gear. I pushed it all the way out there in gear, and when I put it in gear and revved it up, it didn't move at all. It just sat there and just went. Rrr. So I finally like shifted up to like third or something and got it to pull a little bit to help me push it into the fucking thing. I'm like, how? And when I stopped and I just let the clutch out, just sat there and run. And I'm like, how long do you have to run a clutch before it literally won't even engage enough to stall the engine out?
It's time for a new one by that point.
I mean, I feel like he had to have been babying that shit for fucking a month.
It's a torture test.
Screaming her around the town.
Wilding out wheelie boy.
All right, so what's your let's get you nailed down on a pick for
MXGP Florida. MX2 is Osborne all day.
Yeah, you think he's just gonna own everybody?
Yeah, no one's touching him. 100%. Stamp it.
What about a Savaggi, especially in which Osborne lives in Florida now, right? And trains down there with Baker. But I would imagine no pressure on.
Dude.
Yeah, but no pressure on. I think Savaggi's got a chance, especially in Florida, humidity.
But you're forgetting that Osborne raced MXGP for years, and he's going to know everyone in that pits, and he wants to prove a point.
What about the age thing? They're letting it slide just because it's...
Yeah, I think they let the US guys slide with the wild card because it's in America.
Oh, okay. Because Osborne's fucking a couple years behind you, right?
Osborne's like nearly 30. I think he is 30.
Something. He's old.
Yeah. Same as Davilo. I think Davilo's is 30 as well. And then 450, I think. I don't know. I think you're gonna have like Herlings, Tomac, and Geyser. I don't know. There's probably gonna be some more Europe guys up front.
The pressure's on Herlings this weekend. Like, at least in America it is, because it's like, oh, look what he did last week, and he's got something to prove.
I'd say the pressure's on Tomac.
Yeah. If the Americans, they're supposed to win in America, so, like, he's already on the back foot. If he doesn't win again, I don't know. Tomac's had a rough run, man, because he's not going to MX the Nations either, so...
He got a lot of shit for that.
He got a lot of shit for that. I kind of feel bad for him, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but what was going on there? Is something going on, like, when they're not wanting to go on purpose, or...
It's like an endless debate, but I mean, the problem is nowadays, like back in the day, all the guys used to race year round, but now these guys are getting paid a lot of money, and if it ain't a championship race, it's like the MX Nations is 3 or 4 weeks after the MXGP of America, and then you guys have got Monster Cup like the weekend after or 2 weekends after that, and then after Monster Cup, they start testing for Supercross and training for Supercross, so... For America, it just doesn't make any sense for those guys to go out there anymore because they're going to put themselves on the back foot for Supercross, which is more important than motocross nowadays.
Paycheck-wise and ride-wise, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the patriotic thing to do is go over there because it's America and bald eagles and flags and guns and stuff, but...
You can't even bring your gun on carry-on. That's fucking... It's not American.
That's why all MX of Nations should be held here so we can bring our guns.
In Georgia, so you can just bring anything. Thanks, guns.
Just that bit where in the national anthem and it goes, "Oh, the land of the free." Everyone just like,
just
1,000 people shooting fucking rounds in the air. Yo, they should let us. We should just. They'll have to like check our ammo or whatever. But in Europe, they always take chainsaws. I want to be able to bring shotguns here and just shoot them into the air around there. When people are coming by, yeah, exactly. They're like, whoa. I'm like, fucking Tomac. Fuck yeah.
We need to get a petition together for that.
We should. I mean, we just gotta make it. It's just gotta be like flashes or whatever.
Sawed up with flashbangs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that would be the best thing ever.
Just shooting at riders who they don't like.
Just Tomac America, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yo, Tomac likes to hunt. Sign my gun. Hey, sign my gun.
And you're taking me back to some monster truck shows with that stuff and the people that used to rock up for autographs.
Yo, I'll say it. Louisiana is king of camo. We were in an autograph session. We had like 75 people come through with camo on. It had to be at least one full garment. Like a full camo purse would count. If you had like a camo hoodie or pants or hat, it would count. And there was.
Well, now it's like you got camo vapes. You got all kinds of camo koozies.
That didn't count. It had to be some kind of like. It had to be like a full shirt or a jacket or pants.
Dude, I remember one night for May we did, and like 6 dudes rocked up in full gear, like head to toe riding gear. Party, and they got photos, and we signed their helmets and all this stuff, and they sat in the seats all night with gear on.
How old are they?
Gosh.
What's that?
How old would you say?
Like too old, like mid-20s.
Oh shit, yeah.
Like I'm not talking like a jersey, like I'm talking like full gear.
Did they have their knee pads on? No, because they don't wear knee pads, asshole. Ever.
They would have had those little AXO knee pads that slip into the boot over the top, you know, the old school ones.
They had no knee pads on and their pants looked like pajamas. That's what happens when you don't wear knee pads in riding pants. You got pajamas on, motherfucker. Don't you forget it.
Big old baggy LBZs.
I wanted to meet you guys so they could get like your personalities, your accent, so they could mock you at the bar and try to pull chicks in their full gear setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they were just there to get chicks in the pit party because people were talking to them like, "Are you riding?" They're like, "Oh," they just start talking to people. Oh man, good times, good times.
I feel like that line's gonna run out once they watch the show and those dudes are still hanging out.
Shut it down. This one's going nice and fast too.
Hey, everybody's listening to the audio. Drink your drinks.
Have you ever seen that Family Guy episode where guy in the wheelchair, Joe, gets run over by like 7 trains?
Yeah.
Like, another train.
Last.
Alright. Hey, I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon. I gotta get a few things done before I gotta go to the track today.
Alright, are you gonna ride one of those bikes back there?
No, these are my junior riders' bikes. So there's a couple 85s and a 125.
That sounds about right for you.
Dude, I'm too big for 85s now. Come on.
Let's look at them. What do you
I
got there?
I got a 450, but that's at the mechanics getting some work done to it.
Look at this guy. He sends his bikes out to guys like me. Fix them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I work on bikes a lot, but yeah, the team truck just came back from the last round because it took like a week to get back, so all the bikes are just getting washed and stripped and everything from the final race.
Sweet.
But my bike kind of doubles up as a spares bike for the team.
All right. Well, we're going to check in with you whenever we need a bunch of maybe racing season comes back around. We'll have a Supercross, our own Supercross preview.
Yeah, do it. I'd be keen for that. And I've been looking at podcast equipment myself.
What do you need that for?
Because there's not. Well, there's not really much. There's not much moto shows going on in Australia with podcasting.
We're in Australia.
What's that?
We're big in Australia.
Australia's the internet.
But yeah, I'm looking to get my own one going here at the start of next year, maybe depending on what's going on for next year. So
sweet. We'll
try and get you guys involved.
All right, that sounds cool. Maybe we'll do a freestyle, whatever, talk. Yeah,
I could get some Aussie freestyle guys on. We could have like a round table about where everything's at now.
I'm gonna get some like satellites that actually point down to underneath the grassy area of the earth down to the root side, so that way you guys can get better reception from all the content.
Just dig down and come out where we are.
All right. Are you gonna hang out for a little bit, Nick?
Huh?
Are you gone, or are you gonna hang out? You can hang up, Joe.
I'll be right here.
All right, you can hang up, Joe. We don't need you to continue this anymore.
Good to chat to you guys.
Thanks, Joe.
See you, boys.
There you go. James Stewart was just on. I see his JS logo.
Just tuning in. You just missed it.
If you just turned the show on just now, an hour in, you just missed James Stewart.
If you download the podcast and you clicked halfway through on accident, rewind. He's in there at some point. You gotta listen to the whole thing.
You gotta actually need the video to see when he pops up. But oh, there's the plug for my computer. Oh man. I like talking to him about the racing because he's got good insight.
Well, dude, like that's why when you brought it up about him talking about Supercross, I'm like, I didn't get a chance to say it, but I'm like, he knows more about it than us.
Yeah, he does.
Everything about racing, like he knew the I mean, obviously the Europe stuff he knows, but he's in it though every day. It's his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I've never listened to any of those podcasts or anything. I don't know. I just thought they were on. I didn't realize they were podcasts. I guess I should have figured that they would make it into a fucking podcast. But
there were times where like I wanted to listen to it, and I started listening to Joe Rogan, and I was just like, I never brought myself to listen to it. I don't know.
What are you doing? Rolling the joint? You look like
I'm drawing the earth. Like Stevens.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm gonna find a flat Earth picture and I'm gonna put a little dot where he's at. There it is. Dude, that's exactly what I had in mind. But just find a picture of it on the internet. That's why it's called Down Under. It's down under the grassy part. Man, yeah.
I mean, I'm rolling a joint.
Think about that's what it looks like. I was like, man, he's really trying to make it perfect.
I just slam the lid, disappear.
Hold on, let me plug my computer in. You gotta keep talking for the internet, people.
It'll be alright. You can't see it, internet people, but I'm drawing accurately how flat the Earth is.
I guess everybody's an internet person, but I mean audio.
No, some people are not internet people.
Then how do they listen to this?
Those are the people I don't even like. I don't even want to talk to them.
Oh, we also didn't look to see if anybody was watching on YouTube. YouTube.
Shit.
Let's see. Maybe somebody's talking to us. Somebody did. The same dude. Think he lost his front brake or something at Dallas. That really hurt his points. Talking about Tomac.
Oh, man, we got a participator. We haven't shown him any respect.
We haven't shown him any. And now there's only one watching, which is clearly me.
Does it show you, like, Max watching?
Afterwards. I'm trying to slide it over for everybody. There you go. One watching. It's just me. This is inside your YouTube live deal.
This is exactly what...
All right. So for people, you keep that up there.
So all right.
For people in audio, Nick has drawn us an excellent depiction with the top of the Earth showing the sun and the moon going around America, basically, and we've got a nice little lake with a sailboat and a mountain, and then and green grass. He didn't have.
I don't have green.
He doesn't have colors or anything. But then on the bottom is just a jagged jumble of dirt.
Stalactites or stalagmites, whatever those are called.
Stalactites. Because they hold tight to the ceiling. And I think that's what... There's a stupid saying for it, but I don't remember. I think stalactites.
Kangaroos and fucking deadly spiders and fucking...
And didgeridoo exhaust pipes.
Didgeridoo exhaust pipes.
Yeah.
I could draw an aborigine down here.
It makes your bike go... We'll have to call Magic. We used to have... Magic was up here. He's from Australia, and I would just go... He's like, you don't know fuck all about Australia. And I said, listen. Listen. I know a ton about Australia. He goes, what? I said, Outbacks. He goes, we didn't even fucking have Outback. And I was like, blooming onions. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, I know how, yeah, that was my third one. I was like, I know how you motherfuckers made blooming onions. He goes, what the fuck is a blooming onion? I'm like, you took a big onion and you had egg and stuff on it, and it was out in the field, and it was so hot that it cooked. And then he's like, "You, what the fuck are you talking about?" So I would just harass him constantly about all Australian knowledge.
I love assuming stereotypes and then just roll with them like I believe it. People are like, where would you even get that? You think that's real? Yeah, that's what you people do, right? And then just say you people.
Oh, that only affects certain people.
No, everybody can get offended by you people after you tell them they all play didgeridoos and have pet fucking kangaroos.
That's true. I mean, then they would be mad when you said you people, but I think if you just said you people in general.
It's your timing. You have to pull out the you people at the right time. In America, say, hey, you people, what's going on? And then just meltdown.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they can use cunt over there, so.
Oh, wait, cunt?
Yeah, and they don't just they just use, it's like fuck here. Cunt is the equivalent to, and it doesn't mean the same, but it can be used in every way that fuck can. It's the same type of deal.
It means like dickhead, right?
You could just put it, I have no fucking idea, but you can put it anywhere in a sentence and it works, you cunt.
Can we ask Joe Stevens? This is the important shit.
That's true, but he's English.
He knows, he assimilates well, is what he talked about last time.
It's true, he does. You get your accent in fucking a week. It took you your whole life. You'll have your accent in a week. He's a chameleon.
I feel like I pick up accents. Like when I'm around roofers, I get kind of Mexican-y or Lucky. Depends.
I thought you were going to say you talk like an asshole.
That's when I'm away from everyone. I'm just being myself.
That's just natural.
Go fuck yourself.
My leg. What?
I gotta pee.
Yeah, I do too. So I guess we'll just call her good.
Fine, I guess. I mean, I'm cool with it. If you're cool with it, that's cool. No big deal.
I mean, now there's two watching.
Someone else.
You?
Christy.
Christy's in there watching.
Just go on for another 6 hours, Christy.
Don't be sucking up all the internet. All right? We lost somebody before because of that.
No, she's at home now.
3. The most we had on this podcast, we had 3 right in the beginning. And then we went between 2 and 1 or none. No, it's just all 2.
Well, I wasn't on at all, so that's good.
Oh, no, there's 1 or 2.
That's probably Miles Richmond and the other guy.
Who's the other guy?
The guy who talks to us. The guy who was talking to us when we were talking to Miles.
Oh. Yeah.
Because Miles was talking to us the time before.
Danny Dwayne. 416. I thought you were talking about Gutier.
No, not Gutier.
They may watch. You don't know. All right.
They might.
We're just fucking killing time now. Send me Snapchats.
All right, I will.
Make them entertaining. Entertain me, monkey.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, we're out of here, everybody. Thanks for hopefully listening until now. If you didn't, fuck you. If you know somebody that didn't listen until now, tell them fuck you for us.
Yeah, tell them fuck you, because they're probably an asshole unless they listen.
Listen, if you're listening right now, we're cool. Just fuck.
They can redeem themselves still.
By what? Liking us on Facebook, on
fucking
Instagram?
Listening and liking and going to 2 Wheels to Freedom on Instagram and liking the 3-wheeler doing a donut video.
Oh, is it up? Oh yeah, we were gonna check. Go and check.
It's up. I don't know. I posted it like
when we started an hour ago.
Here we go.
Let's see if it broke the internet yet.
Nah.
Come on. So I'm sure everybody knows this, but because we've talked about it before. But Nick has the uncanny ability to. No, it's only 329 views. 17 likes. You failed us. We were trying to look all.
Morning time. People gotta. It's a fucking awesome video, though.
Is that your key? Like, I'm just too late in the mornings by the time I post, huh?
You're too early, I think.
But you already posted this tonight, so by tomorrow...
I'm taking a shit, and you've already posted things like 30 minutes ago. I'm like, why is he slow down? You're Eastern time, man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an hour before you.
Yeah, the rest of the world's still getting up.
Well, I'm up, motherfucker. Actually, that's when I'm driving to work.
That's what's wrong with you Gen Xers. We don't get it.
I'm just driving to work, so, I need to do something in traffic.
You know what's a bummer? Like, this Josh Hill video is doing good, but not nearly as good as the kid on the three-wheeler eating shit off a 2-foot ramp.
Of course.
That Josh Hill video.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge. And there's no, like, how do you warm up to that? That's just like, send it.
You don't warm up to that. It doesn't matter what you jumped before that. I saw in his thing, he commented all of it, 5th gear wide open. I don't even want to go that fast.
On a 450 5th gear in the fucking sand, like, no.
I don't even want to go that fast, let alone jump something going that fast.
Let alone a huge gap in the dunes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, he's fucking super talented. If you remember when he decided he was going to do that backflip, he was leading the Supercross points.
Yeah. Which is kind of awesome. I like that.
He's like, fuck it.
He wanted to win speed and style.
Yeah. Is that what he was doing that for?
I think so, yeah.
Damn.
Shit happens.
Fuck, at the time, Kevin Johnson was winning, fucking doing well at speed and style. He could have just...
I was like, I can win speed and style, and I could hang fucking C-crab.
Yeah.
I mean, he was faster, obviously, but if I could have got in and I could have stuffed him, I could have won X Games speed style. That's what I'll tell my son someday.
I could have done that.
Dad, what is this? Those bikes make too much noise.
The kid at work was talking about McGregor Mayweather, which we never got to get into with Joe, I just realized. But he was like, man, McGregor should have won that fight. If he had known, I said it's a different fucking sport, dude. Like, there are different rules. Yeah. He goes, if he had known the rules, and I was like, well, I'm pretty sure they probably told him, like.
He knew the fucking rules.
He's like, but, I mean, I go, what, if he had been a boxer for the last 20 years, he could have fucking beat him? I'm like,
yeah.
So
how about the dude who went from one sport to another, went 10 rounds with the guy who's supposed to be the best? There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, so then by the end of the day, his theory evolved to McGregor got paid $100 million to lose the fight. And I'm like, what would he have made if he won? Well, I don't know. Well, maybe you should think about that before you say something stupid like that. 1, I said, 2, do you think with that guy's ego, he would have thrown that fight? Let's be fucking serious.
If that ego's real.
I mean, I feel like to be that good, your ego is real.
I bet it has to be, but I never put it past anybody to fucking... Enough money.
Yeah, but he would have made more money, 1, from the victory, 2, from the fact that he won it, and his legacy and all that shit. Like,
I think it was real, but...
And it's too early in his career. Throwing some shit is something you do when you're, like, 30...
Yeah, but did you see him after the last UFC thing he did? And he was all like, I'm not doing any more fucking fights unless I get a bigger part of it. I want part of the UFC. Like, he was... saying he didn't just want to be a fighter, he wanted to own some of it. And then he went and did this.
Well, and I think
saying, like, remember we talked about this 20 years ago, Dana White, we're going to get one of these foreign guys and we're going to play him. Do you see that? Yeah, and then you see McGregor, like, kind of like, they zoomed in, it was an Instagram video, like, he was, like, sweating it, supposedly, but he was saying that he met Dana White 20 years ago and they planned this, kind of planned it out. But he did it on a huge stage when they were doing one of their little face-to-face setups.
Where is this? And is it actually people talking, or is it just something they took
No,
their voices
it's a
from?
video. One of their, like, where they, it was in England or something. They're doing face-to-face. And you know how, like, one would talk and run the stage and the other would do something? So Mayweather had the mic, and he goes to Dana, and McGregor sitting there. He goes, Dana, we talked about this 20 years ago. We were going to work the system. We were going to get one of these foreign guys, and we were going to play him or something like that.
I mean, I'm sure he just said that to rile him up.
Just to fuck with his head. Yeah. But, like, who knows? It all seems so WWF this time.
I mean,
WWE for the millennial kids.
WWF. What's WWE?
I don't know. That's what they do now, right? Right, Grandpa?
I'm just joking. I didn't watch football back then either.
Not bad. That's wrestling.
Oh.
Gosh.
Actually, my one of my gym teachers was a pro wrestler. He was what the fuck was his?
The Iron Sheik. Just say the Iron Sheik.
No, his name is Tito Santana, but he was like something real racist towards like Hispanics. You know, I don't know. Maybe he had a loincloth on or something.
Rocky Ramone or something?
I don't know. I don't remember. Let's look him up. And then this is our last thing. We're figuring out who my gym teacher was.
I'm gonna piss my pants. So either I'm gonna pee and we're gonna talk, or we gotta go.
You can wait.
Huh? I'll be right back.
Tito's, no, wait. I found him already.
Oh God! Watch how uninterested I look.
Oh no, that's his wrestling name. Was Tito Santana. That's it. You don't know who he is. He was Mexican.
Could have been Puerto Rican.
He was a very large, well, it said it on here. He was a very large Mexican man. I remember being like, we're not going to fuck around this dude's class. It's cool.
Was he like a great big Mexican guy?
He was. And we love Mexicans here on Two Wheel Tuesday.
Mexicans, podcast. Hispanics, Latinos. All of it.
We love all of them. All right.
We don't view people in groups.
We love boxing everybody in.
Except for the Irish. Fuck the
Irish. Are you Irish?
No, that's from Blazing Saddles.
Oh.
They're like the N-words. I don't know what we can say anymore because it's the internet. But they're like, except for the Irish. Fuck the Irish.
I'll have to watch that. All right.
It's not Irish.
Everybody keep in touch with themselves.
I gotta go pee. I gotta touch myself.
Bye.
Adios.